The monthly stable release of VS Code for July 2020 is now available. In this video, we'll quickly go over some highlights of this update. There are a couple of really nice ones. The first one isn't major, but it's a nice quality of life improvement. Under the Extensions menu, filter updates are now displayed under a separate filter funnel button. You can select categories of extensions that you're looking for. So if you only want to see themes, you could go here and select themes. And then the More menu has been refactored for better organization. You can select which views you want to see by default. You can check for extension updates, enable all extensions, and disable all extensions. The same thing has happened under the Source Control and the More menu. It has also been refactored for better organization of commands. Before it was just a long list of commands, and now they're very organized. We have all of our commit commands, changes, pull push, branch, remote, and stash. Now when publishing a repo to GitHub, you now have the option to make the repo public. So if we go here and we publish to GitHub, we can now see publish to GitHub private or publish to GitHub public. Before it would only publish as private. Now here's one that is exciting. Setting Sync has been available in the Insiders edition of VS Code for a while now, but it's now available for preview in the stable release. With this, you can sync your settings across multiple devices. All you have to do is select your account menu here and then turn on Setting Sync. You'll then be prompted, synchronizing your settings is a preview feature. Please read the documentation. So let's turn it on. Now we'll be prompted to select what we want to sync. We have our settings, our keyboard shortcuts, user snippets, extensions, and UI state. So I'm going to turn it on for everything. And now we select how we want to sign in. We can use GitHub or Microsoft. I'm already logged in with GitHub, so I'll use that. Now it's synchronizing my settings. And Setting Sync is turned on. Now I have Linux running here on a VirtualBox with Visual Studio Code installed, and you can see that it is a totally different theme. I'm actually not even signed in yet, so let's go ahead and turn that on for this one, and we'll see how that works. So turn on Setting Sync, turn on, we'll select everything again, and then we'll choose GitHub. Continue, then I'll sign into GitHub. Now it's going to sync our settings, and we'll be asked if we want to merge or replace. We can merge manually and choose only what we want, replace local, or merge the two. So we're going to say replace local. Now you can see that it changed my UI state. It's changing my theme. And it's installing all of the extensions that I normally have installed. Let's move this over and then we'll pull up my other VS Code. So in here, if I zoom out, even the UI state is updating on both. If I go into here and let's go ahead and change the theme as well. Let's change it to Winter is Coming. And now you'll see the update happen in real time. The next update is the debug open link command. This has been added to quickly debug any URL. Previously, to debug a browser, you had to install the Debugger for Chrome extension and write a launch.json config file to debug the page. This command allows you to debug any URL without needing additional launch configurations. So if we go to our command palette, Control-Shift-P, and then type in debug open link, and then we do need to have this link open in some way. So I'm running live server and it's on port 5500. So let's go ahead and enter here, and you'll see that it launches a new Chrome window and it automatically stops at our debug line. If I open up the console in the browser, we can see the same thing here. We can actually control the debugger from here as well. If I zoom in a little bit, it'll be easier to see. And we can see all of our information here. We have our index at 0, and that's what it is initially set at. And we can move on to the next one. And we see now index is 1. We can also control it from within vscode as well. So if we hit that, now index is 2. And it's going to keep going until index is less than 5. Lastly, we have an update here for the Java lightweight mode. So the language support for Java extension now supports a lightweight mode for when you want to quickly work with your Java source files. You'll still get powerful language features such as code completion, navigation, outlining, and syntax checking for your source code, as well as the JDK. So those were a few highlights from the latest VS Code update. I hope this video was helpful. Like this video to help me out, and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this.